obesity has remained a top health concern in America for many years. Charity Pierce, an internet sensation, has faced numerous challenges due to her obesity. Her exceptional weight led to her being recognized as the most obese woman in history, weighing 778 pounds at just 39 years old. This made everyday tasks incredibly difficult for her. Throughout her life, Charity faced childhood issues, the loss of her mother during her weight loss journey, and the heartbreak of her fiancé leaving her for her own sister.
I just never dreamed my life could get this bad.
Her life was marked by sadness until she experienced a turning point. Today, we'll delve into the inspiring journey of this globally recognized survivor who battled severe health conditions, including obesity. Her life was characterized by dependence on others, needing assistance from her 18-year-old daughter Charlie and her 21-year-old boyfriend Tony to move around her home.
I'm scared of losing her if she doesn't get this help.
Whether it was getting up from the sofa, her bed, or even the toilet, every step was a struggle, and she relied on them for support. Cooking meals for her small family was challenging for Charity, turning simple tasks like cooking into major challenges. She depended on Charlie and Tony to manage the kitchen.
At all, it's constant fighting and arguing, because I'm getting to the point where I've done it for so long that it gets really easily to be frustrated.
Especially considering that most of their diet consisted of junk and fast food. However, she provides a glimpse into their typical breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu on an ordinary day.
Or we'd have Chinese, or we'd make chips and dip, tacos, ice cream for lunch. We'd have anything.
Charity had a driver's license but couldn't drive, limiting her ability to go out whenever she wanted, even for simple outings like mother-daughter trips to the nearby mall. Tasks that we often take for granted were incredibly challenging for her. Her struggles extended beyond her home, as she rarely ventured outside due to feeling ashamed of her appearance, creating a barrier between herself and the outside world. Her difficulties became so significant that she sometimes needed an ambulance for doctor's appointments because she couldn't fit into a regular car. A team of at least 6 medical personnel had to lift her onto a mobile ambulance bed from her doorstep. Despite these challenges, Charity was an integral part of her family dynamics, often assisting her mother in various tasks, including cleaning up after herself. Her living arrangements were tailored to accommodate her unique needs, reflecting the extraordinary challenges she faced on a daily basis. As you might expect, Charity's bathing routine was entirely different from the norm. She couldn't use a regular shower or bathtub, so Charity and Tony resorted to using wipes and sponges to clean her. This, along with her toilet challenges, posed the biggest issues for the family. Additionally, finding clothes in her size was a struggle, leading her to wear triple XL tops and large underwear that were hidden within the folds of her skin to cover her most private areas. Now, let's discuss obesity and its relation to BMI. Think back to that chart hanging in your classroom. BMI, or body mass index, is a straightforward measure that combines a person's weight and height to gauge their overall body fat percentage. It helps determine if someone is underweight, normal weight, overweight, or obese. Although it doesn't directly measure body fat, BMI is a valuable screening tool for identifying potential health risks linked to weight. The calculation involves dividing a person's weight in kilograms by the square of their height in meters, yielding a numerical value that falls into specific categories indicating body weight status. This method provides a reliable assessment of the relationship between weight and height, giving a general indication of healthy or concerning body fat levels.
So the BMI is an index that looks at somebody's body weight divided by their height.
Charity Pierce's body weight of 778 pounds placed her BMI squarely in the obese range, presenting significant health risks. Although BMI doesn't encompass every health aspect and doesn't differentiate between muscle and fat, in Charity's situation, her exceptionally high weight compounded her challenges. A high BMI, such as Charity's, typically indicates a higher body fat percentage than normal for her height. Excessive fat, particularly around the abdomen, can lead to various health issues. For instance, it's associated with an elevated risk of heart attack due to its impact on blood vessels and cardiac function. This condition can also lead to high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol levels, and diabetes, placing additional strain on the cardiovascular system. The presence of excess fat can trigger inflammation, which over time may damage blood vessels. This scenario places increased demands and stress on the heart and circulatory system, significantly increasing the likelihood of a heart attack by more than 70%. Maintaining a healthy BMI isn't solely about aesthetics. It's crucial for overall health, particularly heart health. Despite her obesity, Charity was fortunate not to develop severe diabetes. It truly was a remarkable turn of events. As part of her routine, Charity's physician, Dr. Ben Miller, had been making regular visits to monitor her weight. In an unconventional move, he allowed her 4 months to attempt weight loss independently. Over this period, she engaged in home workouts with hand weights and made efforts to cut back on sugary foods. The pivotal moment came when Dr. Ben arrived on a sunny day to assess her progress.
She needs to be able to prove that she can lose weight on her own. Are you ready for this, Charity?
Yes.
With tears in her eyes and weighing 765 pounds, Charity was determined not to give up.
I don't want to be like this. I would rather die than live this way.
How it all started. Charity Pierce's journey with weight gain didn't begin with her being overweight. Like many, her past had a story to tell. At the age of 10, living in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, she faced significant challenges. Her father's alcoholism and violent behavior, where he would come home from work, yell at Charity and her mother, physically abuse her mother, and then pass out, leaving a traumatic environment behind, pushed Charity into using food as a coping mechanism. With no one at home to turn to for comfort, Charity found solace in food. Her mother, seeking solace in cooking, unintentionally reinforced this pattern. It became a cycle of dysfunction, with Charity sneaking to the fridge at night to binge on junk food like ice cream, chocolate bars, potato chips, and fries. This pattern of binge eating, followed by shame and then repetition, continued for years, leading Charity into her teenage years with excessive weight. In the late 90s, adolescence was a challenging time for Charity Pierce. She endured bullying both at school and in her neighborhood, but she persevered by trying to ignore the hurtful comments. Despite the hardships, she embraced a go queen attitude, relying on teenage rebellion as her shield. However, as she transitioned into her early 20s and adulthood, this defense mechanism became less effective. Although advised to go on a diet, Charity found it nearly impossible due to her struggles with bullying, hormonal changes, seasonal depression, and her reliance on binge eating as a coping mechanism. The idea of dieting seemed out of reach for her during this time. In 2001, an accident left Charity immobile for a prolonged period, confining her to bed and exacerbating her binge eating habits without any physical activity. It wasn't until 2015 that Charity reached a breaking point. She was determined to lose weight, fueled by a strong desire to fit into a specific dress, even going as far as window shopping for a wedding dress.
I like this dress. It's my dream dress. It's really beautiful.
It seems like you. Something you'd wear.
At 39 years old, Charity had dreams of getting married. She envisioned a charming town church, wedding bells ringing, and her favorite person, Tony, by her side.
I want a big wedding. I want to be able to fit into a dress. If I wanted to get married in my living room, I'd already be married.
The renowned TLC show, My 600lb Life, is dedicated to transforming the lives of overweight individuals in the United States, and the crew set out to feature Charity on the show. It wasn't difficult to find her as neighbors were aware of Charity's situation, possibly leading to a tip-off to the show's doctor, Dr. Now. Viewers first saw Charity in her debut episode in 2015, where she weighed 778 pounds. Upon meeting Dr. Now, he expressed significant concern for her health. Instead of sending her back home immediately, he arranged for her to be admitted to a hospital in Houston under the care of a renowned obesity specialist. The goal was for Charity to lose enough weight to qualify for stomach reduction surgery, which she had long desired. Under 24-hour observation by nurses and doctors from across the state, Dr. Now devised a weight loss plan for Charity, limiting her daily caloric intake to a range of 1,000 to 1,200 calories. With strict restrictions on her favorite sweets and takeout, Charity felt a sense of confidence in her progress and remained unreserved in front of the cameras throughout her journey on the show.
If you don't want to eat, you have to eat outside of this room. So right now, our focus is to avoid a life-threatening situation.
After diligently following the weight loss plan, Charity successfully shed over 100 pounds within 3 months, bringing joy to everyone involved. Dr. Now, confident in her progress and commitment, allowed Charity to return home to prepare for gastric bypass surgery.
But the doctor said I'm doing well enough to go home. I'm really proud of the weight I've lost.
During her time in the hospital, Charity's absence weighed heavily on her daughter Charlie, who coped by rapidly gaining weight. Nonetheless, the day of Charity's surgery arrived. She was eager for the transformation. Gastric bypass surgery aimed to reduce the size of her stomach, effectively curbing her appetite. The procedure involved creating a smaller pouch from the upper part of her stomach and directly connecting it to the small intestine, bypassing a portion of the stomach and the initial section of the small intestine. This restructuring limited her food intake and slowed nutrient absorption, aiding in weight loss. Following a successful surgery, Charity returned home, but was put on a strict 1,000-calorie diet to further reduce her weight for an upcoming skin reduction surgery. Additionally, she was instructed to exercise more frequently to expedite the weight loss process. Throughout this journey, Dr. Now closely monitored her progress with evident pride, a sight that could move even the toughest individual to tears. Visits to a therapist. Charity's struggle with binge eating persisted even after her surgery, leading to a setback during a hospital visit for a weight check before skin removal surgery. She didn't qualify for the surgery as she was over the 600-pound threshold required by the show. Dr. Now and Charity were both determined not to undo her progress. Dr. Now suggested therapy as a crucial step, which Charity wholeheartedly embraced, marking another significant turning point. Guided by a highly successful therapist known for helping individuals with emotional challenges and eating disorders, Charity had multiple sessions each week at home. In these sessions, she delved into the origins of her deep-seated connection with food, explored triggers for overeating, and learned healthier coping mechanisms. The therapist also helped Charity address underlying issues and release past trauma, fostering a healthier mindset around food. Through consistent therapy, Charity gradually adopted healthier habits and developed a more mindful and balanced approach to eating. This transformation was evident to everyone involved, showcasing the impact of therapy on her journey to better health. At home, Charity battled her cravings by opting for leafy greens instead of her usual bread and fries combo. She and Tony went a step further by attending cooking classes led by a nutritionist and chef. Through these classes, they learned how to prepare healthy meals and crafted a health-focused meal plan featuring soups, chicken stews, vegetable dishes, fruit salads, and balanced plate portions with more proteins and greens and fewer carbs. After nearly a year working with Dr. Now on the show, Charity achieved a significant milestone. She could now fit into a standard vehicle. With high hopes, she headed to the hospital to determine if she qualified for skin removal surgery. Stepping onto the scale, she anxiously awaited the results, which revealed she had reached 597.5 pounds, the weight needed for the surgery. Overjoyed and unable to believe her eyes, Charity received the news she had been waiting for. Dr. Now confirmed she was ready for the procedure.
It's going to help her to lose more weight and be more active.
At the outset of her surgery journey, Charity had newfound optimism about achieving her dream weight. Preparations commenced, and the medical team briefed her on the procedure, which involved removing excess skin from various parts of her body to alleviate physical discomfort caused by her weight. Despite the meticulous planning and Charity's determination for a healthier life, she couldn't return home during this time. While staying in the hospital, she received devastating news. Her mother had passed away from brain cancer. This unexpected loss, coupled with fears of her own health, deeply affected Charity and added emotional turmoil to her recovery. The weight of her mother's death plunged Charity into a state of depression, making her recovery even more challenging. Amidst this grief, she faced another blow when her boyfriend-turned-fiancé ended their relationship to be with her own sister. This betrayal, coupled with her mother's death, pushed Charity to the brink, tempting her to revert to her old coping mechanism of binge eating. Just as Charity was on the brink of conquering her physical challenges, the emotional and relational turmoil threatened to derail her progress, highlighting the interconnected nature of physical and emotional health. Despite facing betrayal and the shattering of her dreams of a wedding, Charity remained resolute in not letting these setbacks hinder her progress. She refused to let a cheater steal her victory, especially as she was on the brink of her dream surgery. With determination, Charity pushed forward, mourning her mother, but refusing to grieve over a man. The surgery was a resounding success, halving her weight from 778 to an impressive 385 pounds. After a decade of carrying excess skin, Charity regained mobility, passed through doorways without difficulty, and felt significantly lighter. Further surgeries helped her shed an additional 110 pounds, earning her accolades from Dr. Now, who was immensely proud of her progress. Back at home, Charity was determined to shed the extra weight gained during her mother's weight loss journey on the show. Her transformation served as an inspiration, even to her own daughter, a fact that filled her heart with contentment. Charity's ultimate goal was to prioritize health for both herself and her daughter, a testament to her unwavering determination and resilience.
So I've decided I'm going to be a patient of Dr. Now's and get the surgery.
With her mother's blessing, Charity proceeded with stomach reduction surgery, shedding her weight from 385 pounds to 154. She meticulously documented her journey through selfies and Facebook posts, attracting a devoted following eager to witness her progress. 4 years post-surgery, Charity weighed under 200 pounds, exuding health and vitality. As the show concluded, Charity left the hospital and returned home to Iowa with her daughter Charlie. Together, they formed a formidable team, supporting each other in their health journeys. Charity continued her progress, shedding an additional 113 pounds intentionally. In December 2019, Charity faced a new challenge, a kidney cancer diagnosis, echoing her mother's struggle. Without hesitation, she underwent kidney removal surgery in March 2020 to prevent the cancer from spreading. The successful surgery rejuvenated Charity, and she shared her journey and hopes for the future on social media. While healing at home, Charlie provided updates, noting that despite initial struggles, Charity was doing remarkably well. Embracing grandmotherhood, Charity found joy in playful moments captured on TikTok, showcasing her journey and humorous side with her family. Her recent videos highlight her positivity, resilience, and love for her family. Charity has embraced her role as a grandmother with enthusiasm, sporting casual attire like black hoodies and vibrant purple tops. Her transformation is remarkable, considering her initial struggles with motivation, eating disorders, and severe obesity showcased on her first TLC episode. Now, she's a different person, healthy, independent, and joyful. Through her journey, Charity has become an inspiration to countless women and young girls battling their own body struggles. Her story proves that with determination, one can overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. Her past as an obese individual is now just that, a past chapter in her life. If you resonate with Charity's journey or know someone who does, share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and celebrate your successes and triumphs as well.